Hello. So I'm back to tell you about what happened yesterday. Finished the stream, had food, and then played basketball. It was at 9:55. I don't know why game is so late. It's bloody late. Like 9:55, finished at 10:55, and I got home. And I got home, I was so energetic, had a shower. Oh man, the game was rough. Like we only had 5 players and we're playing against the number 2 seed, and we're the last team. Like we're dead last in our team. And it was just because we haven't won a single game this entire season. But anyways, it was fun. I managed to shot a couple 3-pointers, got a layup. So it's coming back from injury and everything. That being said, I did come back from home. I did come home, and I was just in job out hell. Like I couldn't sleep. After I took a shower, cold out shower, couldn't sleep. And I started applying for one, and to apply for two. I just kept applying. Like, look at this. Let me see. You see that? I think I was applying from here. Basically here, I applied for 15 jobs, or about, I looked through 15, applied for like 10 or 12 of them. And I didn't sleep till like 2 a.m. Like 2 a.m. So yeah. But okay, I stumbled upon this channel. Hold on. Where is it? Not this one. Oh yeah. Um, Also, I had like the link for my website wasn't working. Let me just search my website. Oh, hang on. Yeah, so the Amazon, this wasn't working. Like this one wasn't linked. I didn't link properly. So what I did was that I went into the portfolio just for anyone watching this. So I went into James Cal 123, and okay, like this is the GitHub IO, and so you have the elements, right? And this is where you can change your index. So this is where you can make the edits. And I edit in, if you go down to your articles, there's these hashes, right? Yeah, these hashes, and you just replace them, and you should be good to go. And then once you click submit at the bottom, like you could submit the changes, you go back out because it takes a while to, and then you go to environment, and then you click view deployment. Wait, back. And you click on usage. Is the summary? Yeah. You click summary, and then you click on rerun all jobs, and then you redeploy. So you refresh it for you, because even if you add the code, it doesn't. I don't think it was acting like the link, like it wasn't acting up even after a few minutes. So you have to redeploy the website. So that's how you do it to refresh it, redeploy. So it will replace what you had, like using existing code to put it back in. So that's if you want to update your website. I might switch my website to Wix or something, or to allow more like narrative driven thing, because I do want to write like stuff about like just like MBA thing I want to do, like the data analysis on MBA, a few of like the Python projects I saw online that I could like possibly share to other people, or like recruiters when they're looking at me. There's another one, a credit card application. Also saw something similar, like on Kaggle that someone did, and I could just possibly learn off that, like get exposure to the whole machine learning and the whole the mindset just going forward into it. But yeah, so okay, let me just pull up. one data portfolio. Yeah, cool. This one.
I'm not here to tell you.
So we're gonna be doing a so what he makes some good shit. So we're gonna do another Tableau dashboard today. Just do that. That's number one. Should be pretty quick. I'll put my Pomodoro up. Yeah, like yesterday, I just supposed to do that so day, but it's fine. I'm like gonna get my Visual Studio Code to work. But I found out that you just have to use the online version, that the CS50, they have like this particular online version website, which they say on the course. But yeah, so Python courses later. I think we would have to delete, do some scratch. I think it's more, I think remember the interview say more Python related. So that's what we're going to focus on. Interview prep, just the Tableau project. So we'll do, let me add one. Tableau dash COVID-19 dashboard project. We're trying to stand out. Just add a bit more dashboards. I do want to do the Power BI. I've been noticing when I was applying last night, a lot of these companies are using like Power BI and linking with Microsoft Azure, like the cloud service platform, and like AWS. So that's like a thing that in the next 2 months or so, I'll probably be covering that, just going through it and learning. Another thing is like I got a call today for like this analyst, transaction reporting analyst, and that I have to brush up my Alteryx skills. I haven't used Alteryx for a hot minute. So you'll probably see it might be unrelated to data analyst, but it'll be interesting to see, just to use Alteryx again. Yeah. Okay, so all right. Okay, let me just have some food. But yeah, I'm just wondering, anybody out there who's watching this, hopefully you guys have a great day. Yeah, I'm just grinding. Just know that I'm grinding. You should be grinding. Also, just work out every now and then. I think it's very good just to relax and all that stuff. So yeah. You hear background noises, right? Oh, yesterday, oh man, the rain was just pelting. Like I was just hearing the rooftop, like in the room, and just fearing for my life. It was just rain would just keep going and going, and I feel like, oh damn. Oh, yeah, yesterday I signed up. Tells you how. What was the other one? I think I wrote it somewhere. Oh yeah. Hang on. Telstra graduate program. I'm not even a graduate, but look, I'm just gonna apply. I don't give a fuck. So posted 5 days ago, so 14 month. Okay. Ultra grad. Started 5 days ago, so 17 to 2023. I think having a worksheet like this, just like something simple. Yeah, as you can see, I like when I apply, I just don't put unsuccessful. It just makes me feel depressed. But putting like stuff like applied just makes me keep going. Like, dude, I've applied for a lot of roles. Like all these random roles, I've been applying for. Hopefully you get one, right? Hopefully you get one. It's tough. It's just tough going through this process. Yeah, machine gun approach. It's just a machine gun approach. You don't have to tailor it. I mean, you can tailor for some, but like some places, I assume you do have to tailor for everything, like a machine gun approach. But they're just reading your cover letter very quick. They're reading your CV really, really quick. Hold on, let's see what's up here. Okay. And also what? Look, I think streaming's okay. Like for me, it's not like learning this grinding stuff. Like just knowing that I'm streaming. It's cool. Just knowing that I'm streaming and at least have some record of what I've done. That's kind of why I'm doing this. Like, so I at least have an online record of what I'm doing, and if somebody's going through the same path, just not sure what they want to do. Definitely look into data analyst stuff or like software programming, engineering, self-learning. Like, I initially wanted to do it, but yeah, I feel like it's just a good skill to have. Like very transferable, can go to different industries with it. Whereas like if you're a finance bro, you're just stuck being a finance bro. Like I was in like one of those big four like finance institutions, and I enjoyed like the people there. Don't get me wrong. It was just like I was trying to transfer it internally, and they wouldn't let me. So I was like, yeah, damn, I'm just getting whooped out my place, and might as well do something different. So that's what I'm doing, trying to go into a completely different field. Taking time to learn, so other people know. Like I'm on the older side. I'm not like the young 20s. I'm on the mid late 20s. So just for people out there, uh, just know it's never too late to learn. It's never too late to reapply and build up a portfolio. Um, yeah, and hopefully this will be like another path, like because ideally I want to be bigger than this and have a lot of aspirations. Yeah, Um, but yeah, the reality is like I got bills to pay, and I could do become a YouTuber and all that stuff, but I'm also interested in coding. Like that's just a genuine interest I have. I'm interested, really interested in like the whole demystifying the whole coding thing and really putting foot down and trying to learn it and gets chat to people. It's really opened up a lot of doors in just like getting to know, in reconnecting with old friends, um, just trying to get to know what to do, being a student of it, like just being a student all over again, like relearning stuff. So, ta-da! All right, maybe I'll put it to white. Like mine a bit warm. Yeah, having this light, like this elbow light's pretty decent. All right, hang on, just a second. 我不会用车，怎么了？今天你被接龙小小看，因为三不用车。你什么时候回来啊？我有晚上，我不要用车，我就是你回来可以早点回来好啊。Alright, let's do this tableau project. Mom's getting going, so let's probably take like 40 minutes, and then we'll take a break 4 o'clock. Then we'll do our preparation for the interview. Probably be off screen, but you'll still see my face preparing for it. Yeah. But I guess I'll just have the Pomodoro thing up. Um, but we'll do the dashboard thing.
How competitive the job market is, especially in the data analytics and data science space. But even though the competition is very high, there are ways that you can use to stand out among candidates. And well, because Tableau is
really, I think just using stock footage doesn't work out sometimes. I mean, it may enhance experience, but I'd rather just see the dude's face, especially adding stock images kind of removes the whole YouTube experience in a way, unless you're using like those like stock images, like that makes it look trashy but also relatable at the same time. Like I remember Joanna Cedia, she was honestly the best storytellers, like characters on YouTube. Too bad she's like kind of quit YouTube and just focus on recovery. I really wish her well. Honestly, wish she's doing great on her end. But yeah, she's probably one of the creators I want to collab with. Probably Jimmy Zhang as well, another guy I want to collab with in the future. All the tech gurus, like the big three. Alex the data analyst, Ket, like let's say data analyst roles, right? Who got? Not Justin. He's not. Alex, Luke. Not Lillian. Luke, Alex, data science. Data science this one. German Tech, Tina Juan, and Ken G. So those are guys I want to collab with. Also, like the Trash Taste crew. I'm a fan of the individual. I just don't have time. Been getting into like whole life stuff lately, so in the future, if we become big enough, be able to collab with any of them, especially Iris. Yeah. But like at the moment, I think it's me just streaming right now, not showcasing, more like having the whole journey aspect, of me just starting from zero. I mean, I did a month sequel, like doing the whole mode stuff on mode and learning about that's like pretty much the same starting point as everybody else. But yeah, this whole streaming thing, even though I'm not streaming to anybody, it's still 0 viewers. I haven't been bothered to put. It's good. It's keeping me accountable. Just makes me really focus, even though I'm not there. Like no one's really watching me, but it's really, really just keeping me accountable. Because what I'm doing is just like it's on the screen. Like I'm just working. Sure, you might be able to see a couple of emails and stuff, but I don't really look at my emails. Apart from just like if I'm in the job app mode. But that being said, yeah, if someone has the same problems when I'm following this guy's stuff, at least it's more modernized, like, or at least it's more up to date. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll probably make videos. I think the goal is to make videos out of these like streams and just put it up, meme it a bit. That's why I feel like the tech community is missing, like the data tech, analyst tech, a community. You have like a very untapped market of community. People, they're just normal people, and it's not always about careers. It's all fine about having jobs and all that stuff. But I just genuinely want to make interesting projects. There's just so many interesting projects like basketball related, like automating parts of my life. Like there's so many like interesting projects I could do. Building an app. Like these are the type of things I do want to build. Like machine learning, understanding machine learning, like using stats to predict humans' behavior. Like there's like a credit card machine learning that I want to do. But yeah, that's more like when we kind of draft out why you want to work here and all that stuff. So all right, enough chit chat. Let's get to it.
Probably one of the most popular tools for both data analysts and data scientists. One way to get your job is to actually have one Tableau project, a cumulative data set. So I'm not interested in the sum, but only in the maximum. So I'm going to select maximum. Clearly shows data information about vaccination around the world. And so the first things that we're interested in is people that are partially vaccinated, so only with 1 doses of COVID vaccine. And so I'm gonna search for people vaccinated, that's the name of the field. I'm gonna put it into text. And these are cumulative data sets, so I'm not interested in the sum, but only in the maximum. So I'm gonna select maximum in the calculation in Tableau. And obviously I'm gonna kind of format a bit the text with the KPI and then indicating what that KPI is providing information about. And I'm gonna also align it into center. And let's remember to rename every worksheet so it's kind of more clear. So this one is gonna be KPI 1, people partially vaccinated. Okay, and now the second worksheet that we're gonna create is actually very similar to this one. So to save a bit of time, we're just gonna duplicate what we just created. And this one, we're gonna call it KPI 2. And this one will actually show the people who are fully vaccinated, so with 2 doses of COVID vaccine. So yeah, just renaming KPI 2. And we're gonna put people fully vaccinated. And as before, we're gonna select maximum instead of sum. and also renaming the title of the text for this KPI. Okay, so now the third worksheet, our third KPI. So again, I'm going to duplicate what we created just now. And for this KPI, we want to see the share of people that are actually not vaccinated over the total number of the population. And so to do that is actually a few steps that we need to that are actually not vaccinated over the total number of the population. And so to do that is actually a few steps that we need.
I feel like it would be good if you chose kind of like the KPI share people.
Need to take care of. So the first one is creating a calculator over the total number of the population. Vaccinate. We want to see what we created just now. And for this KPI, we want to see the share of people that are actually not vaccinated over the total number of the population. And so to do that is actually a few steps that we need to take care of. So the first one is creating a calculated field. And for this one, we're going to calculate the share of people that are partially vaccinated over the total population. This one is going to be a simple calculation care of.
So fast.
Not vaccinated over the total number of the population. And so to do that is actually a few steps that we need to take care of. So the first one is creating a calculated field. And for this one, we're going to calculate the share of people that are partially vaccinated over the total population. This one is going to be, for this one, we're going to calculate.
You know what? I'm gonna probably just put this one there. Might be easier showing what I do. It's a bit slower.
The share of people that are the share of people that are actually not vaccinated over the total number of the population. And so to do that is actually a few steps that we need to take care of. So the first one is creating a calculated field. And for this one, we're going to calculate the share of people that are partially vaccinated over the total population. This one is going to be a simple calculation that is the maximum of the people that are vaccinated, that is the name of the field, over the max of the population. Click OK. And now we're gonna create the final field that we actually need in the dashboard. So I'm gonna create another calculated field. And this one is gonna be the people, the share of people that are not vaccinated. Over the max of the population. Click OK. And now we're gonna create the final field that we actually need in the dashboard. So I'm gonna create another calculated field. And this one is gonna be the people, the share of people that are not vaccinated over the population. And so that this is actually 1 minus what we just created. So the share of people partially vaccinated over the population. Okay, so now we have all the fields. I lost it, so let me search back what we just created. So I'm gonna put in the dashboard into text. Now we have all the fields. I lost it, so let me search back what we
People not that.
just created. So I'm gonna put in the dashboard into text. So 0.5126. Obviously we need to again update the text.
These guys.
So show people not vaccinated overpopulation. That's fine. Click OK, and then obviously this is a
That's about it. All right, cool.
click OK, and then obviously this is a percentage number. So what we need to do is to format this. This is a percentage number. So what we need to do is to format this number. So I'm gonna click on the specific field, and I'm gonna select.
So, okay. So we need to convert this 512. And we click on the fields, and then we click on the totals.
Percentage su decimal places, yeah, that's fine. And yeah, that's pretty much it for our third KPI. Okay, so now the fourth worksheet.
Wait, hold up.
Pretty much it for our decimal places, yeah, that's fine. And yeah, percentage su decimal places, yeah, that's fine. And
so it does that. Okay. So it's default. You have to change default. Okay, cool.
yeah, that's pretty much it for our third KPI. Okay, so now the fourth worksheet that we're going to create, we're actually interested in checking how different countries are performing in the vaccination. So actually how many people over the population are partially vaccinated, so only one dose, and how many people have actually fully vaccinated, so 2 doses.
All right, I'm a bit tired now. Vaccination. All right. focus. All right, let me just save this. I can't focus. I don't know why, but I'm gonna take a long break. 15 minutes. I'll be back. I'm just so exhausted. All right, let's get to it. All right, let's put this away. All right.
So we're gonna duplicate this field here that we created before, and we are gonna actually look at the people are fully vaccinated over the population. So I'm just gonna rename the field here with the fully vaccinated over population. Okay, so this is fine.
Why are you putting music, man?
Population. People, different countries are performing in the vaccination. So actually how many people over the population are partially vaccinated, so only one dose PI. Okay, so now the fourth worksheet that we're going to create, we're actually interested in checking how different countries are performing in the vaccination. So actually how many people over the population are partially vaccinated, so only one dose, and how many people have actually fully vaccinated, so 2 doses. So we're going to duplicate this field here that we created before.
Duplicate it.
And
Duplicate.
we are gonna actually look at the people are fully vaccinated over the population. So I'm just gonna rename the field here with the fully vaccinated over population. Okay, so this is fine. And now what we are gonna do is to list all the locations that we have in the dataset, so all the countries. And now we're gonna bring the people who are partially vaccinated, so exactly what we are interested in, but also the people who are fully vaccinated in this way, so with these 2 bar charts. And what we're going to do is using this feature that is called dual axis to bring those 2 measures together.
Bro, you're going too fast, man. Just chill. Show people fully vaccinated. Okay.
Always in this way, so with these 2 bar charts. And what we're going to do is using this feature that is called dual
Oh my god. This, like, you definitely need 2 screens for this.
is to
Especially when you're
list all the locations that we have in the dataset, so all the countries. And now we're going to bring the people who are partially vaccinated. So, and now we're going to the dataset, so all the countries. And now we're going to bring the people who are partially vaccinated, so exactly what we are interested in, but also the people who are fully vaccinated in this way, so with these two bar charts. And what we're going to do is using this feature that is called dual axis to bring those two measures together. Always remember when you do this to synchronize the two axes, quite important not to forget. Remember when you do this to synchronize bring those two measures together. Always remember when you do this to synchronize the two axes, quite important not to forget. And now I'm going to select the bar chart. In this case is actually better as a visualization. And what we're going to do next is to check the chart here. So basically we are going to add the text into the visualization. So I'm going to take the field people partially vaccinated and actually bring in the number into the chart. And I'm going to align it to the right, and I'm going to do the same thing for the share of people who are fully vaccinated. So bringing again into the text, and this time we're gonna align it into the center, like so. Now we're gonna clean up the visualization a bit. So first of all, we don't need to show the headers, so we're gonna remove the headers from the charts. And then the next step is to actually sort the countries so that we
What? Just stop. OK，我忙了该。你问我干嘛？
kind of understand which one actually sort the countries so that we kind of understand which one is performing better. So we're going to sort by field in descending order, and the field that we're going to use for the sorting is the share of people are partially vaccinated. So exactly like this, we're going to close this window. Now we're going to change a bit the format of the visualization. So we're going to first of all change the colors. I'm going to select some blue and yellow for the chart. Obviously this text is quite dark, so we're also going to change the color of the text. So probably white works quite well for this visualization. Yeah.
Good enough. I'm not changing colors. Yeah. Okay, orange is good.
And then works quite well for this visualization, yeah. And then of the text.
Oh, we're going text, argument value.
So probably white works quite well for this visualization, yeah. And then obviously these are again percentages, so we need to make sure to select the correct formatting. So I'm gonna actually select the field from the pane and
Change it to percentage. Change it to percentage. Right. And then format. Cool.
select the field, yeah, that is the correct one, and select percentage. So yeah, that is fine. And now we're gonna do exactly the same for the fully vaccinated people. So again, selecting percentages, and then we're gonna rename this worksheet again to keep everything clean. I'm gonna call it vaccinated versus fully vaccinated. Per location. And that's it. And next up we are going to create a map, because who doesn't like a map in a dashboard? So I'm gonna change this field that is called location geo, selecting basically the country, and as soon as I bring it into the field that is called location geo,
You press the ABC.
selecting basically country.
Okay.
And as soon as I bring it into the pane, tableau automatically creates the map.
Does it?
View for the pane, tableau automatically selecting basically a dashboard. We are going to create this field that is called location geo, selecting basically country, and as soon as I bring it into the pane, tableau automatically creates the map view for us. And then what we're interested in to see the people vaccinated per 100. So I'm gonna put that in. What we're interested in to see the people vaccinated per 100. So I'm gonna put that into color. I'm gonna actually change colors to something a bit darker to keep it consistent with the other worksheets that we created. Okay. And then now, as we said before, we need to select maximum instead of sum, and
maximum.
also in the tooltip, we're just gonna again reformat and center the tooltip. So yeah, just gonna again, and also in the tooltip, we're just gonna again reformat and center the tooltip. So yeah, this looks okay. And then again, we're gonna rename the worksheet, and then again, we're gonna rename the worksheet. This looks okay. And then again, we're gonna rename the worksheet, and this would be vaccinated, vaccinations per 100. And this is a map. And now our sixth worksheet that we're going to create, something a bit interesting that I wanted to analyze, is basically understanding how the GDP per capita, so the wealth of the country, so we're going to put this as a map maximum into the
new one.
into the pane, and the people vaccinated per 100 are basically correlated. So I'm gonna again bring it into the date pane and vaccinated per 100 are basically correlated. So I'm gonna again bring it into the date pane and select maximum for basically all the locations and countries that we have in our data set. So I'm gonna bring details both into detail, location into details and text. I'm gonna again change into blue colors. And then actually what I'm gonna add as well into from the analytics window is actually a trend line, in this case a logarithmic one. To basically again, actually what I'm gonna add as well into from the analytics window is actually a trend line, in this case a logarithmic one, to basically again show how with the increase of the GDP per capita, to basically again show how with the increase of the GDP per capita, the people vaccinated per 100 increases as well. I'm gonna just change the format of the trend line, and this worksheet is gonna be called vaccinated over the GDP. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we created all GDP, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we created all the worksheets that we need in our final dashboard. What we need to do is to work on the filters that we're gonna add, so the kind of interactive aspect that we're gonna add to the dashboard. So what I do is selecting the first worksheet that we created. What I want to add in our dashboard is the location, so the country filter. So I'm gonna create a copy of that field and add it into filters, and we're gonna apply that to all the worksheets that we created now. Then we are gonna add this as a wildcard match.
What?
We created now filters, and we're gonna apply that to
Show filter.
all the worksheets that we created now.
And then all the worksheets that we create now, all using this thing.
Then we are gonna add this as a wildcard match. This is the type of field. Then we are gonna add this as a wildcard match. This is the type of filter that I think would work quite well. I'm gonna rename it into country. Then the next filter that probably is quite useful is the continent filter. So we're gonna do exactly the same thing. So selecting all, also apply to all using this data source. We're gonna show the filter, and this time we're gonna select the multiple values drop down, and we're gonna customize it and also add the apply button. Okay, so now we have continent and country, and now it would be good to have also the date selection that we can use to basically add interaction to our dashboard. Selection that we can use to basically add interaction to our dashboard. So we're gonna first of all create a parameter. So selecting the start date, we're gonna call it's gonna be a date. And this data set is actually starting from the 4th September 2020. So we're gonna add that as our start date, September 2020. So we're gonna add that as our start date. And we're gonna do exactly the same. Then the next filter, the things, so we're gonna show the filter, and this time we're gonna select the multiple values drop down, and we're gonna customize it and also add the apply button. Okay, so now we have continent and country, and now it would be good to have also the date selection that we can use to basically add interaction to our dashboard. So we're gonna first of all create a parameter. So selecting the start date, we're gonna call it's gonna be a date. And this data set is actually starting from the 4th September 2020. So we're gonna add that as our start date. And we're gonna do exactly the same for the end date. So we're gonna duplicate what we just, and we're gonna do exactly the same for the end date. So we're gonna duplicate what we just created, editing, selecting, so this time it's going to be end date, so selecting end date, and then the data set is actually has data only until the 25th of October 2021. So we're going to select that as our select end date, kind of the default one when we open the dashboard. And now we're going to create the calculated field that we're going to use as our filter. So we're going to call this one filter selected date, and this is the calculation that we will need. So the date higher than the start date but less than the end date. Called this one filter selected date, and this is the
Dude, how do you just write that?
The calculation that we will need. So the date
equal selected start date.
higher than the start date but less than the end date, and we're going to bring it into the filters. We're going to select true, and also apply as always to all our worksheets. And we're gonna show the parameter that we're gonna then bring into our dashboard. And yeah, these are kind of all our interactions that we're gonna add into our final dashboard. Okay, so next step is to create our dashboard now that we have all the elements that we need. So I'm gonna create a new dashboard, and I'm gonna rename it as the Global Vaccine Tracker. So that's the name of our dashboard. So these here are all the worksheets that we created before. So I'm gonna start basically to inserting those into our dashboard. Here are all the worksheets. So that's the name of our dashboard. So these here are all the worksheets that we created before. So I'm gonna start basically to inserting those into our dashboard. Obviously we don't need this part here. Actually, because we have multiple worksheets, I'm gonna increase the size of our dashboard so that everything can kind of fit properly. And then yeah, we added the first one. Gonna add the map at the bottom. Again, we don't need the legend there. I'm gonna add the vaccinated over GDP that we also created. Let me scroll down. So yeah, vaccinated, that everything can. I'm gonna increase the size of this part here. Actually, because we have multiple, obviously we don't need this part here. Actually, because we have multiple worksheets, I'm gonna increase the size here. Actually, because we have multiple, everything can. Gonna add the map at the bottom. Again, we don't need the legend there. I'm gonna add the vaccinated over GDP that we also created. Let me scroll down. So yeah, vaccinated over GDP. And then at the top, I will add all the KPIs. So first of all, I'm gonna add a container, horizontal container, so that all the KPIs can stay kind of next to each other. So I'm gonna put basically 3 of them like this. And then also I'm gonna add another container, this time a vertical one at the very top of the dashboard. And on this one here, I'm gonna add all these filters that we created so that the user can be vertical one. Next to each other. So I'm gonna put basically 3 of them like this. And then also I'm gonna add another container, this time a vertical one at the very top of the dashboard, and on this one here I'm gonna add all these filters that we created. So that the user can basically make the selections first of all, and then basically have a look at all the data. I'm gonna distribute these contents evenly, and also removing the titles. We're gonna clean up this, but yeah, this is everything that we created so far. Okay, so now this is the final result. Obviously, and also removing the titles. We're gonna clean up this, but yeah, this is everything that we created so far. Okay, so now this is the final result. Obviously, I fixed a bit the format. This is really up to you to kind of design it, and with colors and basically your personal style.
He just added all this shit.
So for the purpose of this video, you know, I did it myself, but just to show you, as you can see, I've added a bit of icons. I've also
Bro.
added the titles of each of those sections, just
COVID-19.
because I think it's very important to highlight what question you're trying to answer in each of the with each of the charts and section of your dashboard. Then we have the filters at the top, as I told you, the few icons that I've added. And just to show you how the dashboard works, if I select, for example, Europe as the continent, all the data gets updated. So we have all the 3 KPIs at the top, 60% of people actually not vaccinated in Europe. Then we have kind of the list of European countries with kind of their performance, also cool map showing us also the performance of each country. And then the second section is actually focusing on how the GDP per capita affects vaccinations with the trend line. Recreate following this video step by step.
Motherfucker.
Ciao guys, welcome back to my channel. Link to the data I'm gonna do is to and also into the data I've added the continent page. Okay, so now that we have all the worksheets ready.
Oh my god, this fucking guy.
What we are gonna do is to create a new dashboard, and we're gonna call it COVID vaccine tracker.
Alright, so there's a part 2 where he does like the basic click it in. You slip us out to dry, like you don't make a video. You know what? Fuck you.
And we're gonna move it at the start. The first thing, any more time, and let's jump into it. So quite a lot of you asked me how I combine and format all the charts and KPIs that I created in one single dashboard. And this is precisely why I'm doing this video, to cover exactly those details that I haven't covered in the previous video. And by the way, don't worry, you can follow this video even if you haven't watched the other one. And also, let me take this chance to tell you that if you want me to cover any specific topic, please leave a comment down below, because that is my first source of inspiration. And I will leave the link to the dashboard and the dataset in the video description. And well, let's not waste any more time and let's jump into it. So in my previous video, I will leave the link up here, we cover step by step how to recreate a COVID vaccination tracker using Tableau, which is probably one of the most used tools.
I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. That was bullshit. That was bullshit. He's just like, oh, yeah, we're gonna do everything and then. Alright, let me just copy. Wrote Chinese in a long time. Yeah. Spent 5 minutes on Chinese. Oh my god. Alright, so there is a data analyst part 2. Projects you will need part 2. So just get on that. He'll be able to show like the final product he did before. Which is like all this amazing shit, right? So
format.
this guy. What? You just put in one video so you can have twice as long as retention. Why?
All the charts and KPIs that I created in one single dashboard. And this is precisely why, and also this scatter plot and the sheets ready. What we are gonna do is to create a new dashboard, and we're gonna call it COVID Vaccine Tracker, and we're gonna move it at the start. The first thing that we're gonna do is to insert some vertical containers into the dashboard, because we're gonna put charts basically from the top to the bottom, and also we're gonna insert the title of the dashboard at the top, because we're gonna put charts basically from the top to the bottom, and also we're gonna insert the title of the dashboard at the top as the first step. We're gonna change the color to blue of the whole container, and then we're gonna drag text, change the color to blue, title of the dashboard at, and also we're gonna insert the title of the dashboard at the top as the first step. I'm gonna change the color to blue, and of the whole container, and then we're gonna drag text into the container, and this is gonna be the title of the dashboard. As you can see, COVID-19 Global Vaccine Tracker. And also I put a few lines to kind of summarize what the dashboard is telling. I put a few lines to kind of summarize what the dashboard is telling us. I think could be a good practice to top as the first step. I'm gonna change the color to blue of the whole container, and then we're gonna drag text into the container, and this is gonna be the title of the dashboard. As you can see, COVID-19 Global Vaccine gonna be the title of the dashboard. As you can see, COVID-19 Global Vaccine Tracker. And also I put a few lines to kind of summarize what the dashboard is telling us. I think could be a good practice to insert some insights already in the title itself, and we're gonna just make make the title a bit smaller, and that's it for the first step. And now what we want to do is to insert all the worksheets into the dashboard. So we can see all of these here in the left menu. But before doing that, I want to check that we have all the filters within the worksheets themselves. Because I want to check that we have all the filters within the worksheets themselves, because as soon as I drag them, I will have also the filters dragged sheets themselves, because as soon as I drag them, I will have also the filters worksheets themselves, because as soon as I drag them, I will have also the filters dragged into the dashboard. So I've added the continent filter. I will have also the filters dragged into the dashboard. So I've added the continent filter. We have the legend for the bar chart, so that is fine. And all the other worksheets are clean. And so what we can do now is to drag each worksheet into the dashboard. You see the filters are added automatically as well. And we're gonna add them inside the vertical container one by one. So yeah, as you can see, all the worksheets are now one on top of the other. Obviously, we don't care about the disposition now. This is something that we're gonna fix. At a later stage. And the first thing, I'm gonna hide all the titles of the worksheets, because the title is something that we are gonna add separately. Ourselves. And then because as you can see, the space of the dashboard is not enough, I'm gonna also increase the height of the dashboard. I'm gonna set it into 1500. Now what we want to do is to start setting into 1500. Now what we want to do is to start to position the different elements in the dashboard in a nicer way. So the first thing to do, I want to position the KPIs one next to each other. So I'm gonna drag the horizontal container into the dashboard, and I'm gonna drag the first KPI inside the horizontal container, the second KPI to the right, and then again also the third one in the same way. And this is how to position the KPIs they want to see at the top of the dashboard. Also, this is the legend for the bar chart, so I'm gonna put it at the top of the bar chart. For the bar chart, so I'm gonna put it at the top of the bar chart and just adjust a bit of the size of that. And also these filters here, for now I'm just gonna put it under the title, and then we're gonna take care of those at a later step. But yeah, for now I'm just dragging those in the dashboard. And now yeah, I'm gonna adjust a bit the size of the different charts, but again, something that we're gonna finalize later, but this is just for us to have everything in the dashboard kind of visible. Now something else that we want to do is to center the different elements in the dashboard. So this really depends on the elements we're gonna work on. So for example, here for the container, we're gonna distribute content evenly. For the legend, here in the distributes content evenly. Work on. So for example, here for the container, we're gonna distribute content evenly. For the legend, the dashboard. So this really depends on the elements. Enter the different elements. Now something else that we want to do is to center the different elements in the dashboard. So this really depends on the elements we're gonna work on. So for example, here for the container, we're gonna distribute content evenly. For the in the dashboard. So this really depends on the elements we're gonna work on. At the different elements in the dashboard. So this really depends on the elements we're gonna work on. So for example, here for the container, we're gonna distribute content evenly. For the legend, here in the for the bar chart, we are gonna actually add a blank element to the left of the legend itself. A blank element to the left of the legend itself. So a blank element to the left of the legend itself. So that is kind of a trick that I learned to make it easy to center some of the elements. And also, if we scroll down to the bottom, the data source banner, this one we're gonna right click and fit with. So this is different methods to to center the elements in the dashboard. Now the next step, so this is different methods to, and also for the bar chart we are going to actually add a blank distributes content evenly. For the legend, now something else that we want to do is to center the different elements content evenly work on. So for example here for the containers we are going to work on, so for example here for the container we're going to distribute content evenly. For the legend here in the for the bar chart we are going to actually add a blank element to the left of the legend itself. So that is kind of a trick that I learned to make it easy to center some of the elements. And also if we scroll down to the bottom, the data source banner, this one we're gonna right click and fit with. So this is different methods to center the elements in the dashboard. Now the next step is actually what I consider to be a best practice when building a dashboard, is to put titles for the different sections of the dashboard to make it clear to the user what we are trying to achieve with our charts. So I'm gonna put a text. In this case, this is the title of the first section. So I'm gonna put titles for the different sections of the dashboard to make it clear to the user what we are trying to achieve with our charts. So I'm gonna put a text. In this case, this is the title of the first section of the dashboard. And then I'm gonna do the same for the second section where we see So I'm gonna put a text. In this case, this is the title of the first section of the dashboard. And then I'm gonna do the same for the second section where we see basically the vaccination over the GDP per capita. So I'm gonna put another text into the dashboard, and this is the title of that specific section. And the next step, in case you forget any title of that specific section, text into the dashboard, and this is the title of that specific section. And the next I'm not here to tell you how competitive the all the three KPIs at the top. So you 60%. Next step, in case you the title of that specific section. And the next step, in case you forget any elements to the dashboard, so for example here I would like to have the legend for the map, you can right click the specific chart and legend, and the legend will appear in the dashboard, so I can move it on the top of the map. And also another good practice for another formatting tip is to actually add some elements to set another formatting tip is to actually add some elements to separate the different sections. So I can add a vertical object into the dashboard like so. And then under layout, I can change the background color. So I'm gonna choose this yellow color. On the top of the map. A vertical will be good practice for another formatting tip is to actually add some elements to separate the different sections. So I can add a vertical object into the dashboard like so. And then under layout, I can change the background color. So I'm gonna choose this yellow color. And then I can adjust the outer padding to basically change the size of this element, and then I can also edit the height from by right-clicking on the container, and this is it. This is kind of a nice element to separate different sections of the dashboard. Now, because again we lack a bit of space in the dashboard, I'm gonna increase a bit more the height of the dashboard. So I'm gonna put 2200. And now I want to take care of the position of the filters on top. And this is a bit tricky one because I would like to group together the date filter with the location filter. So what I'm gonna do is the date filter. And this is a bit tricky one because I would like to group together the date filter with the location filter. So what I'm gonna do is first creating a vertical container and putting inside the vertical container the continent, and then again inside the same container at the bottom the country. So that would be our kind of inside the horizontal container, and I'm gonna do that in the same way for the date filters, and I'm gonna just move the blank element that I created before in between the filters, and just adjust a bit of the size again of the title. Another cool formatting tip for you is to add image and icons into the dashboard to help the user to navigate your different charts and different filters. So as you can see, the date filters, they dashboard elements forward, and then for the charts we're missing before dashboard. And there you go, this is the final dashboard that we made together. And as always, if you enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so that we can help even more people in their data analytics and data science journey. And well, this is it for this video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ciao for now, and see you in the next one.
Hey guys, my name is Ali and I'm a data analytics manager working in Oslo, Norway. In this video, we're going to continue my data analyst portfolio project where we are analyzing some data from the Olympic Games. In the previous video, we looked at medals, them available to them. Copy that to show them the data model, which is in Power BI. Hey guys, I'm going to use something called import mode. So I'm going to import
Hello, James speaking. From FDM? Oh, yep, sure. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, it's 2:30 to 5:30, right? Okay, yeah, because on the thing it says 2:30 to yeah, yeah, I'm look, let me just pull up, but like I clicked on the link and it says 2:30 to 5:30, so I'm just making sure we're all good. Okay, just give me a second. Dear. 1:30, yep. Well, yeah, that's 9 days ago, yeah. Because on the confirmed interview, right, it says, oh, okay, now it's changed to 1:30 to 4:30. Okay, yeah, because yesterday I was looking at this, yeah, different. But yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just preparing now as we speak. Yeah, I just had a look. Are you talking about the assessment center workbook and like the technical strength-based interviews, those? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at the links that in the email is the page has been moved in the, but that's fine. Yeah. So it's just mainly Python. Is that my understanding the technical stuff, or is it just pseudocode? Oh, okay. It's like finding something within a list. How would you, what type of logic you would go? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like every question will assess those strengths. Yep. 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 Mm-hmm. Yep. So will you be interviewing me or is it just someone else for those for the behavioral? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. That's fine. I think that's all the questions I need. It's yeah. So the seven different strengths: driven, performing, logical, reservoir, opportunity seeker, resilient, achiever, that stuff. That's the seven. Yeah, just yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay. Cool. So relationship stakeholder management, curious learner would be like, learning a new thing, adaptive delivery, are able to respond quickly to changing circumstances. Okay. Okay. Finding numbers in a list. Logic. Okay. All right. Let me just have a look here. All right. Tableau. Oh, that's done. All right. I'm done with the.
Kind of.
Uh, all right. Let's just. All right. Let me just get this shit sorted. All right. Back in 5 minutes. Right. Okay. Right. That's done. Interview prep. Okay. Okay. And fine. Using pseudocode, how do you find even number in a list Python? cool. Uh, using pseudocode, how do you find odd number? List. If it's odd, we're gonna add it. Okay. Um, odd. Doesn't. What does percent sign? Um, I just stopped last week. All right, see. Okay. So No, best up loops. If so.
Hi everyone, welcome. In this video, time. So here I'm just now it is. Hi everyone, welcome. Hi everyone, welcome. Hi everyone.
Alright, I guess. Okay, cool. These are the technical questions.
Welcome. In this video, I am going to should of
Welcome to Program Factory. Input from the user. Input as print the number is not a this greater for loop needs to be executed. For loop. Or else if it is not a prime. 1 or not. If it is lesser than 1, I will directly print the number is not a prime. Else if here I give into the for loop the lesser number, I will is non-prime. Prime number. So I got the same result here as an output. Thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe and comment.
Prime number. If it is not a prime number itself, we have to end at 7, so we'll end at num. Or we have to end at 6, right? So for the condition I, okay, with this division, if num mod I, okay, with this division equal to 0, that's how you check if the number is divisible or not. If it is equal to 0, in that case you will simply print not prime. That's it, right? So in that equal to 0, that's how you mod I. Okay, if it is division equal to 0, that's how you check if the number is divisible or not. If it is equal to 0, in that case you will simply print not prime. That's it, right? So you will simply print not prime because it is divided. Else you will print it's prime. Oh, is it that simple? Of course not, right? This code will not work. So let's run this code and you can see it says prime, 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 prime multiple times. Okay, so we just want to do it once, right? Now, if you remember in the last video when we talked about for else, so if you want to do it only once, what you can do is instead of using this else for if, we should be using it for, right? So we'll say else for, and then after this print you will simply say break, because once you know if the number is not prime, why have to check for the remaining numbers? Example, for 10 it is divisible by 2, right? So why you have to check for the numbers? So you will simply say break there, and I guess this will work. So right, so why you not prime, why you have to check for the remaining? After using it for once, what you can do is instead of last video when we talked multiple times. Okay, so we just want to do it only for. You can do is instead of using this else for if, then after the numbers, example, break there. Right? So what take minus checking from 2 for else. So if you we just want to do it once, so you will simply that by code. So let's take a number. So I will say number is equal to, let's start with the
Insert 2 and the current number. Alright, let's just focus on my behaviorals. Alright. All right, guys, I'm gonna go and prepare for my interview, so I'll be back. Okay.